Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast, the football podcast we bring you each and every day, nearly at this stage. Joining me, as always, on the Monday night for the Monday night show. Getting close to being the mashup again, isn't it?
It is very
So much
close.
flown, boy. As always, Marky, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, cuz. Sorry I missed last week. I was away with the
No
wife and
shoes.
the kids in Manchester. I had the girls down on Old Trafford on last Tuesday, so it was great. I sent you a video on the Sunday. I had them singing all the songs and stuff like that, and it was my sister's 40th, so she had wanted to go to Manchester, so we went over and surprised her, and we had a nice few days over there, so it was good to get back. And in fact, we had an apartment, because there's so many of us. We had a 2-bedroom Airbnb apartment.
Yeah.
And I tuned in at 9 o'clock, just realising you were only wrapping up last Monday at 9 o'clock. You started early, so.
Oh, I did it at 8, yeah, because you weren't here.
Yeah,
There was no point in me hanging around.
yeah.
So I get it done an hour
I
early.
said to the girls, come on, we'll tune in and watch Niall, and you were just wrapping up. We were sitting in the apartment going, oh. So, yeah, that was good. Good little break. So, good to be back, though. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to have a break, isn't it? Nice to have a break. Well, I searched high and low for content for this today now. And some of these slides you're going to laugh at because I really scraped the barrel on some of this.
I'm looking forward to them.
But we're going to be talking about the Everton takeover collapsing.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about... I found a list of players today. It was out on Twitter. Players who haven't won the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
We flashed it up. Get your thoughts on that as well. We're going to be talking Man City. Some interesting developments there at Man City at the moment in relation to players. So we'll get your thoughts on that. We're going to be talking about Man United, of course. Some of it you'll be happy about. Some of it you'll be disappointed in. And I think that's about it. No, we're going to be talking about Enzo Fernandez. And we're going to be talking about Lionel Messi. And we're going to be talking about George Sampaoli, who was the former Argentinian coach. Some interesting comments today and some interesting reactions, and kind of shows us where we are in society at the moment, doesn't it? I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Have the French laid claim to the Falkland Islands or something like that, or what's going on?
Did you see what happened today with Enzo going back to the old club?
We're going to be talking about that, but this is going to even go deeper, even deeper. In the chat, Baz is in. Captain Caramel himself. How are you,
Baz? That's your one comment.
Well.
You can feck off and play the PlayStation now, Baz. Don't you worry about it.
He'll have to change his name on YouTube to Mr. PS5 or something like that. Some cracker. David's in. Big up, David. How are you? Evening, lads. Well. Did you catch, by the way, Duffer's interview after the Bray game?
I didn't see the interview. I was watching the match, and obviously watched him last Thursday.
Lordy.
He's some boyo, isn't he?
The only thing good here today is the barbecue down on the seafront. He tore into his own team. Absolutely obliterated.
David was actually at the match and stuff like that, and unfortunately we couldn't watch the match on Thursday night as St. Joseph's wouldn't approve a stream, being the home team, so Shells weren't able to stream the game out for the fans and stuff like that. But it was a great win over there, over the two legs and stuff like that as well, and they progressed to the next round. And Zurich, here we come.
I could have streamed it for you nearly from the bedroom.
Yeah, well, I have that as well, and it wasn't on that, believe it or not.
No, I mean, I could see it nearly.
Oh, sorry, the Bray game. I was talking about last Thursday. Yeah, no, I watched the Bray game yesterday. Yeah. So
He made the point as well that a number of players have been knocking on his door to get playing time.
Yeah,
and he said they needn't bother knocking anymore. He said.
Yeah, I love his interviews. They're always entertaining, and he's always very truthful as well. Like, he'll always say it as it is, you know.
This was an 8-minute rant. 8 minutes he went on.
That's short for him. That's short for him.
Yeah. I seen the video as well. Did you see the one where he pulled the fan out of the crowd to give the huddle talk?
Yeah. That was
a
few months ago. And in fairness, after the game in Gibraltar on Thursday, he got sprayed with water, champagne, this, that, and the other. And he comes back out in Joey O'Brien's training top because he was absolutely so true. But he loves the fans and he's so passionate. Like, you know, it's great for the league. Like,
where did this personality of Duffer come from? Because for 20 odd years he played football and like he had the personality of a flea.
Yeah, that's what I can't remember who it was. Was it Brian Kerr or someone that said like they never ever thought they'd see it? Like, he was obviously loved his football, and he always had annoying technical things and stuff like that, what they were doing coaching wise. But he said he never really seen him talk the way he's talked, because he never really gave many interviews as a player either, and he always seemed quite shy and reserved when he did. But it's great. Like I said, great for the league, because obviously Stephen Bradley there for a while with Rovers, and they were dominating everything and this, that, and the other. But it's great to see Duffer coming in, and he's building a legacy there for himself.
This is Rod Squad levels. The Duff Squad. RTE knew to do and gone the Duff Squad.
Up the Duff Squad. But
Eno's credit to Jose. Look at this.
That's it, I'm telling you. But he's some man. He's some man. But like they're playing some really good stuff. Harry Woods is after coming back from they bought him off Hull. They had him on loan last season, and he had to go back to Hull. Obviously, the Hull owner owned Shells, and there was a falling out, and the fans took over. So it's great to see him back. Jarvis has been in top form lately. He's been really, really good, and obviously losing one or two of the players lately as well to Drogheda over in England and stuff. But like he has them well drilled, and he's good backroom team there. The likes of, like I said, Joey O'Brien, even to the kit man Johnny Watson, who's been there a lifetime. It's a real strong knit club, and it's great to see the terraces full again. It's unreal, like
I'd love to see one of those, like one of those Netflix jobs or something like that. Because it must kick off in that changing room at times.
100%. Dave will tell you a certain player he didn't get on with. Well, they had a bit of a falling out after he got 2 yellow cards in a big game against Rovers, and he got moved on there a few weeks ago. So it just shows you.
There you go. Blood is thicker than wood. Morris is back. Big up, Morris. Good seeing, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
Oh yeah, Morris. Sorry. Councillor Morris. Sorry, go ahead.
Mayor
Morris.
Mr. Councillor Mayor Morris. We had a few more on, we just keep them going.
Morris, I heard they have anytime you're gigging up in Fibers, they have to put the red carpet outside for you now.
That's it, with the ropes. Keep people away from him.
Yeah, too right.
Lads want to kill him, probably. Arsenal need a striker. Just copying and pasting my message from the last 3 years. They do.
Especially Jesus looks like he's going to Saudi, doesn't he, as well?
I still have a funny feeling they're not going to go in for one. I think they're looking at elsewhere. I don't know what's going on.
I think, what about Tony? He'd be some player to get in there, wouldn't he?
Apparently they met with him, and it's absolutely not. Yeah, really? Apparently there was a meet with him. I was listening last night on one of the Arsenal shows, and apparently a meeting has been had, and they didn't like what they heard.
Are you serious?
Apparently so. Jeez. That's what I heard them. David trying to keep them going for tours. They always had it.
Come on,
credit Jose. Morris draining the political swamp.
You're right,
Machine Hodges in. What's the crack, lads? All good. Trying to win. Love it. Right. I told you these are difficult, right? So we'll start anyway. One Conor Gallagher was at the All-Ireland.
Seen that yesterday, yeah.
So I found this one, and I said I'd start the show with this.
And Roy was there, and Tommy Bow and Bertie O'Hearn, and I was actually watching it yesterday. It was some game end to end, like I can't believe actually. Morris here in the chat. 2015 is the last time Kilkenny won the All-Ireland. You just need to get to a final like that. But Claire, listen, at the start, I was texting my mate Duffer, who was obviously living down in Cork. We were down with him a few weeks ago, and they obviously were going in as favourites, and they started off well, getting a few points early doors. But Clare got back into the game. They played really well, got the 3 goals, and their keeper pulled off an excellent save in extra time. I thought the minute it left your man's stick, I thought that's going into the top corner. But he pulled off a great save, and it was some game. And to see Michael D as well before the game and all.
Yeah. Yeah, the build-ups they do to them are sensational as well.
Sure.
Proper inter-county war, aren't they, really?
Well, and like... It's funny when they done the lap, as they always do, around the pitch with the R10 band. Myself and Yvonne had a game. We were picking out which one of them had a head of a guard on them. Most of them looked like guards, and then it cuts to the crowd, to the girlfriends, and they all look like bleeding teachers, like, But I had to laugh if you doing that thing at the United Legends game in Longford. If you look back, Longford put a video up of the highlights of the game, and before the match, Frank didn't even know what was happening. They done that thing where they had a band and they done a lap before the two teams done a lap before the kickoff and all. Frank at halftime said, "What the fuck was all that about? No one told me about that." I was like, I have a clue, like, but it was good crack, like,
You're paid. Shut your mouth and do what you're told. Simple
Yeah,
as.
that's it. That's it.
Now, if that wasn't enough for you, Conor Gallagher in Crow Park at an All-Ireland,
Oh, give me more.
I'll give you more. Jared Bowen got engaged to Danny Dwyer. Not the Danny Dwyer.
Oh, well, he would have had
Danny
to have
with
a
an eye.
conversation. He would have had to have a conversation. Imagine how that went. Now,
Absolutely.
if you've seen Danny, the dad, some of his interviews on Talksport and BBC over the last while, he was obviously over the Euro supporting Jared and stuff like that. He loves it. He loves being involved. Obviously, he's a massive West Ham fan as well, so that helps, you know. So to be a few more of them. Where was that? In Spain somewhere, was it?
I believe Mallorca.
Right, look, it was an Ocean Beach, but congratulations to them from everyone here. And yeah, listen, Jared, I thought you would have got more game time, if I'm being honest with you, in the Euros. I think if you look at the likes of Wharton as well and players like that, you would have thought got more minutes. But
He's getting plenty of game time now, I'd say.
yeah.
Just saying.
You know it. You know.
Absolutely.
Did you see some of the tweets, Morris? All the English people talking about the hurling and stuff like that. You
Oh
know,
my
they can't
God.
get their
They
heads
love
around
it.
it.
Love
And
it
you know
though.
what? I don't know if you've seen the documentary a few years ago, John Bishop going to one of the All-Ireland finals, and he couldn't believe, he couldn't get his head around it. And that what he didn't understand is how it's only amateur, like they don't get paid. It's unbelievable. Like
I heard did you hear Kane and Gary Neville talking about it as well?
yes, yeah.
It's very good as well.
Like you think that they start training in October, you know, in shitty conditions, and you know they're coming from their jobs. Like I've had lads coming in. I remember a guy was in. He's living up in Dublin. He works in the IFSC. He's buying a few suits for work off me, chatting away. He's from Belmullet in Mayo, and I was chatting. Oh, do you play football? I play Gaelic, and he says he used to travel up and down training on a Tuesday and Thursday from Dublin to Belmullet, and then play at the weekend. I said, "What? Are you messing?" And then he was saying that he had to ask the manager, could he only come down one night? There was a big hullabaloo about it. And he was allowed to come down one night, but he was going down Tuesday and Thursday after work to Belmullet, which is in the back arse of Mayo, and going down
and giving it basically his weekend.
Exactly. And now he said to him, Jesus, like paying for petrol up and down, you know, it's jeez, but yeah, that's
I've our old here right outside my bedroom window. They will go out there and train if there's 4 foot of snow. They don't care.
Fair play.
They're different breed. They're different. They're out there training now, and there's sheet rain coming down. And the more it gets like that, the more they embrace it.
Yeah, 100%. And they're all like, you look at them now, it's mad when you watch Morris will probably, when you watch Reeling in the years and you see all the old lads back in the day playing, you know, in the 90s and all, but they're built like brick shit houses now. They're all bleeding. You wouldn't want to mess with them, like.
That's that good Lucas age, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
That's that good Lucas age, yeah. I watched on BBC, was fantastic. Yeah, Kilkenny in transition, trust the process. Probably need to sign a false 15 or something, do they? Or something like that. You know, the Garden 2024, sponsored by Pepper Spray and the RUC. Players playing in front of 80,000 with a gate like that should be getting paid. What do you mean should be getting paid? Come on, Morris. Bit of honesty over you. You're a councillor now. Should be getting paid.
Playing for the parish. Playing for the parish.
Yeah, should be getting paid. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, where do I want to go? Let's talk about this. Saying this today. Players that never won the Ballon d'Or. Look at that list. Give me your thoughts on that, folks. What do you think in the chat? Players who haven't won the Ballon d'Or. Some serious names on that list, isn't
there? Two straight away jump off the page for me. I just personally, me myself, one is Maldini. Like, not many defenders win it. If you know a defender did, he should be like, he was just unbelievable. We were talking about it in work today, myself and Rowan. Like, you look at that Milan back four that played against you. You had Cafu, Stam,
Trumpamania. The shirts are on the way, Morris. We ordered the shirts. They're on the way. Trumpamania.
I've seen that. Yeah, Cafu, Nesta, Stam, and Maldini, and then even further back, Maldini and Baresi and all. Oh man, how in God's name? Like, do you know what I mean? And you look at the likes of Pirlo as well, and
but even the likes of Xavi and
Iniesta and Xavi. Like,
maybe they need like a tag team Ballon d'Or for these lads playing in midfield together or something.
Well, But the thing about Iniesta and Xavi is they were kind of just bridesmaids and Messi all the time, weren't they? When you think about it, like, so
Yeah,
it's completely different for them. For Buffon, it's always hard because his longevity and all, but it's hard for a keeper to win it. You know, that sort of
yeah.
way.
He and
Del Piero,
Maldini,
class man,
Del
fucking
Piero.
class.
He absolutely is. Look over my shoulder. Absolutely.
He even played in Palace Stadium, baby.
They all should have won it. There's probably a case for that. Absolutely.
I don't know about Robin. I don't know about Iron Robin though.
Shelby never won it either.
Yeah, only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before he was mentioned.
Baby, absolutely. Yeah. Is it that Robin shouldn't have won, or is it that he's quite an unlikable character?
Could be a mix of both, to be honest with you.
You know,
Could be a mix of both.
Philip Lamb. Philip
Lamb,
Lamb.
again, but again, like it's tough. Like you never see defenders winning it, don't you? Not like, and it's always like Henry and his pump. You would have thought would have been up there as well with Arsenal. Like,
Yeah,
but then you
absolutely.
look at it going, you know, just because obviously they didn't win the Champions League and stuff like that, you know, so maybe that kind of backfired. But
Which is the key thing.
yeah,
Which
that's
is
it. You know yourself. So yeah, like there's probably even more than that list. Dennis Wise.
1998 could have been a contender.
Now for what, you know, not the Ballon d'Or for being a little ballon. Oh yes, no, Dennis Backen, he was unreal. He
Even
was unreal.
Buffon.
Yeah, Gigi Buffon, man. Remember that Parma team he started off in, and the likes of Varane and all were there and stuff like that. And obviously, he just seemed to go on forever and ever and ever, like, you know.
Mm.
Unbelievable. But yeah, for me, again, Pirlo, but like I said, Maldini is probably one of my favourite ever defenders. Obviously, growing up like you did, cause watching Channel 4 on a Saturday and a Sunday, you know, Sunday morning watching review, and then there'll be a live match on the Sunday afternoon, and you're seeing all these unbelievable players, and you didn't really appreciate it at the time. You know, looking back now, you think how good we actually had it, but you don't appreciate it at the time. It's only when you look back
Yeah.
and you think like the likes of George Weah, Van Basten and all playing over there. Like
Batistuta.
mentioned Batistuta, like mentioned Del Piero, you Zidane, the likes of even Trezeguet and all after that, and you're just like,
Roberto Baggio.
Jesus Christ, man,
So
it was unbelievable, wasn't it? Like,
yeah. Here we go. I was in Crespo, Veron, Buffon,
yeah,
Chiesa. That Parma team was lit.
unbelievable. And you know what? I always remember Buffon's jersey. It was unbelievable. I loved that the old
Yeah.
jerseys and all.
Lads have been missing for a while. Are you a fan of the Icelandic dentist?
Do you know what, Morris? I've spoke to a few people that have actually spoken to him and say he's an absolute gent, like, you know. But in terms of football and management and stuff like that, I know very little about him. Obviously, the Jamaica job didn't go very well for him and stuff like that. And I was sending text messages to Niall when it was announced. I was over in Blanchardstown with the kids that day, and I got a message off one of the lads, Keno, and I'm looking going, who the I thought it was a joke. And then I Googled it and I was like, Jesus Christ. So I sent a message to Niall and couldn't believe it, like, you know. But and then I think a bit of a kick in the face for John O'Shea. He wants him in and his second in command, like.
Mark's very happy with him, Morris, because all the referees in the FAI got 20% off their smiles and appointments and stuff like that. And also, Mark is very happy with the
Too
dentist.
right. I'm going to see him next week about my wisdom tooth.
That's it. And you're Invisalign.
No, you have it.
Turkish teeth. Can we call them Turkish teeth? Still, are we?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you. What do the lads in the chat think of it? It's gonna be obviously tough to judge him until we see him in action, and, you know, see the type of setup that he's gonna have for the team as well, you know.
Yeah, the bar was very low with Kenny, so it's an improvement.
Yeah,
I was going to think we're not looking for a nice guy. We're looking for a bit of a bastard. Kenny was kind of a nice guy.
Well,
not on the endearing level, but nice as in.
Yeah.
He was okay.
I was dying, Morris. I was selling to Niall on the build up to that Longford game. I was dying to get a little video message for you and stuff like that. And unfortunately, he never showed up on the day. So
he now showed, Morris. He now showed the Longford Legends game for charity. He now showed it.
Yeah, he didn't, like. But even Browner will tell you they were very disappointed with him. You know.
That's a great shout, Acers. None of the 91 the treble squad never won the Ballon d'Or.
He thinks of the likes when Beckham was with us, and then obviously he got to move to Madrid and stuff, and playing with the Galacticos and stuff. You would have thought, obviously Andy Cole and Dwight York's partnership was unbelievable as well. And you out of them, you'd have to pick one rather than the other and stuff, it would have been difficult. But Giggsy and Scholesy as well. Giggsy had a great season last season. When you think about the goal in the semi-final of the FA Cup against Arsenal, and but like you look at the final in '99, it was a very bad performance by us. We never showed up that night, only till the last few minutes from 2 set pieces. It was he had Blomqvist out on the right, Beckham in the middle, Giggs on the left. It was all over the shop.
The one thing I would say, Acers, is they do claim Michael Owen as their own. So what more can we say? He is a winner. So there you go.
Too right. Too right.
Where am I on this? What do I want to go through next? Yeah, let's talk Everton. Word the other day, takeover has collapsed again. Serious trouble. The squad was over here actually.
They were down the road from me in Carton House. One of the lads, David, was down there. Dave Malloy. He works with Yvonne. He's a
Hillary's brother and the kids are big Everton fans, so they were down there watching the training sessions. Got to meet Sean Dyche and all. Said he was lovely and all, but I believe there was trouble on the way back from Sligo, wasn't there?
I didn't hear that now.
There was trouble on the way back from Sligo with the Everton fans when it got announced that the takeover had fallen through.
Are you serious?
Before it got to them, yeah, there was trouble. Yes,
I know. Dave Malloy was down there the other day, and he brought his daughters down. He was sending me pictures. All the players stopped for pictures and chats with the kids and stuff like that. Carton House is actually a great place. Real Madrid and all have trained down there, Chelsea and the likes. And I know a lot of Sligo fans. It was funny that were coming, or a lot of Everton fans that were coming over to travel up to Sligo, met up in Slattery's in Capel Street, so they would have been drinking from early. Obviously, the game finished 3-3. It was good to see Seamus Coleman going back to where it all started from for him and stuff like that, And he had a documentary that that premiered down in the Odeon at the Point Depot, the cinema down there.
Yeah.
The night after, the night before, or stuff like that. So Dave went to that as well. Said it was very good, But yeah, like this has been to and fro for a while, hasn't it? And it's been thrown up in limbo now, and you're looking at like Sean Dyche's position, and you're thinking, right, I'm trying to plan for next season, but I don't know what's going on in terms of ownership, and that's very hard. And obviously they sold Onana today, to Aston Villa for 50 million, which is a great bit of business for them, because they bought him for 30 million. They're after putting in a sell-on clause there as well, so they get a few bob if Villa, and let's face it, he'll probably spend a few seasons at Villa and move elsewhere. He's only 22 or something like that, isn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's a shrewd bit of business, but it's tough for Sean Dyche to be able to prepare, not knowing what's going on. You've obviously the kind of last season in Goodison. You want to have everything wrapped up so you can actually enjoy the last season in Goodison Park before moving on to the new ground and stuff like that as well. So it's been a tough few years for Everton. Obviously, Bill Kenroy passing away and his involvement, the fans turned on him and the directors and stuff. And remember that match, I think it was against Spurs, where the directors couldn't show up to the match. There was stress made against them. So it's getting messy, So this is certainly bad news for them as well, And I can understand the frustration from the fans and why they probably turned on the club again on the way back from Sligo or whatever it was,
Yeah, well, you think about it, like 2 weeks ago when you guys went in for Branwaite, they were puffing out their chest saying, we want 70 million, we don't have to sell and all this because the takeover was...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now that it's collapsed, it looks like they're going to have to sell off a number of the crown jewels. Yeah. So they're going to leave Dyche with an extremely reduced squad in terms of quality, not in terms of money.
Yeah, 100%.
But they're also staring down the barrel of probably more points deductions as well, because they're in serious financial trouble.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know if there's was I reading somewhere else? There might be another investor coming in. I can't remember the name, but I was just reading elsewhere. But I was texting Dave Malloy earlier just to find out a bit of stuff about it, and he said there is something meant to be happening next week, so we'll just have to wait and see,
See, the debt is massive, massive.
Oh, 100%. But like I said, the Onana deal was good. They're after, they bought him for 30, sold him for 50. It will rise again, obviously, when he sold on and stuff, so that's a good bit of business. But then...
It's a big player to lose, though.
Oh, he is, 100%.
Big player to lose. So.
I know a few Everton fans turned on him a bit at the end of last season. Obviously, he missed the penalty in the quarterfinals of the League Cup and all, but he was a big unit. I think it's a shrewd bit of business from Emery as well. I think he'll fit into that Villa team really well. He's building something strong there for the
For
Champions
him
League.
as well, straight into Champions League and stuff like that as well.
100%.
Plus being at the upper end of the Premier League as well. So.
Exactly, and Villa have made a good few signings as well. They've been working hard behind the scenes over the last week or two. So, obviously they'll need a bigger squad for the Champions League and to compete. We've seen what happened to Newcastle last season. They kind of, they threw everything at the Champions League group and it kind of faltered. Did a lot of injuries, starting with Pope, working all the way up to Wilson and Isak. So it is tough when you're competing on all fronts.
Yeah, I think as well as if there is the chance of another points deduction and potentially more players leaving, you could potentially see a mass exodus. This could be really bad for Everton.
Yeah,
because you could see guys looking
the
to
likes of
request
Pickford and all.
transfers.
The likes of Pickford and all, he'd be picked up. He's England's first choice keeper.
Easily.
He had obviously decent Euros and stuff like that, and we know what he's about. I think he was the best keeper in the Premier League last season. Kept Everton in a lot of games, so he's one of the prime assets there for me, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the first ones moved on.
Yeah, it must be very difficult in there going on there with all this stuff going on in the background and how potentially losing key players and Deutsch trying to make it happen. It's kind of somewhere along the line. It's kind of Burnley and Leeds feels.
Look, and in fairness to Sean Dyche, no matter what you think of the man and his tactics, what he done last season with Everton was fantastic, given everything that he had to go up against, on and off the pitch, and what he done and to keep them up in the way he did was unbelievable. Fantastic job, like.
Yeah, Morris is in. I like what he's saying about going back to basics. Is that like 30 quid for an extraction and 50 for the filling? Because I'd be happy if that's the case. I don't know if anyone's gotten dental work lately. Hills is going through dental work at the moment, Mark. Do you know how much it's going to cost in total?
No.
16 grand.
Serious?
16 grand.
I think we need to get Hills a flight over to Izmir and send her up an hour up the road to my man dad's house.
There we go. That good Kusadasi Delph. That's what you want.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Roy Keane should have won it in 99.
He was immense for us.
He was. Do you know something? He might have been a runner if he had played the final. But he sacrificed himself to get us there. That's
that performance in Juventus away from home was unbelievable.
Absolutely. Cress has fallen off the new kid immediately during the Sligo game.
In that 15 minutes into the game, the Cress falls off. Who was the make? Castor, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Castor or Castori or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, Castori. Sorry, yeah.
Not too sure.
They're not very good.
Actually, they only started with them, didn't they? Because they were with Hummel. Yeah. And they finished with Hummel this season, didn't they? After God knows how many years. Everton will definitely be in relegation battle next season. So that's a given. Liverpool was absolutely shambolic against Preston on Saturday. Hang on. Can't let that slide. Did you watch the game?
It was a good finish by Preston, wasn't it? Well, he was about 30, 40 yards out. Bang.
Robbie Brady.
Was it Brady?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No way.
As far as I know, it was Robbie Brady, who took the goal as well. Yeah, I'm nearly sure of it. But we should have been 4 or 5-0 up in the first half now. So let's not get too carried away.
See, Aces is yourself.
I wonder, is he happy with us signing Jinder Mahal to play up front for us?
Did you see that, the picture? Yeah.
Quality. Those will keep them up handy. No, Morris. I think they could lose a lot more players. Environment ain't great.
Could you imagine their last home game is the second last game of the season? Is that Jack? Is there you, Jack?
Big up, Jack.
Could you imagine going into that second last game and it's your last home game of the season, game at Goodison Park in a relegation battle? Oh my God.
Yeah, nice goal, it was Brady. Jinder debut for Liverpool, he did, yeah.
Great finish.
Oh, it was a heck of a finish.
Great finish.
Yeah.
So we're playing news next week.
Sorry, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this first. United fans getting very excited hearing that Anthony might be leaving the building on loan this season. But the agent came out and said no. He's happy to fight for his place and be competitive and all that kind of stuff. And he's looking forward to the new season at Man United. So there you go. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not, obviously, when he came in, there was a bit of excitement around him. His performances, in Ajax in the Champions League, and he comes on on his debut scores a goal against Arsenal, but I think from then on in, it was kind of all a little bit downhill. If I'm being honest, and you'd wonder how much the stuff off the field has affected him, mentally as well, because he hasn't looked really up for it in games. And obviously, I think it was against Hughes that Ten Hag wanted to play him left full to change things around. And he was whinging and pissing about the pitch and stuff like that. You're paid to do a job. You're paid by the club to play football. You might have a preferred position, but if the manager wants you to play in a position, like me, you, and the lads in the chat would give our right arm to play football professionally, or haven't been able to. But like, it's just, when I seen it, I thought to myself, obviously, a lot of the time a player like that goes out on loan, it is a pathway just to get rid of them, get them off the books and stuff like that. So I was happy, but it looks like, from what his agent said today, I was reading, he's strongly saying that he wants to stay and focus and continue the journey with Manchester United, because he said he loves the club and this, that, and the other. But I'd get more. I just think he needs to go somewhere and forget about what's happened and try to continue his football career, but not with us.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for him as well, because I don't think, I know Acer said there, sit on the bench and collect. I think he wants to play. I don't.
No, he does. He
I
does
think
want to
he
play.
would.
I just don't think you look at, we have Ahmed and obviously Garnacho. For me, Garnacho is going to be one of the first names on the team sheet next season, bar none. So I think he'll find it very hard to get into the team. If he stays, I think you're looking at kind of Carabao games and FA Cup games, and maybe the last 15, 20 minutes of a game here and there. And if he's happy with that, right, well, we could use him as a squad player. But I just think for him, I think he needs to go and play first team football. And obviously he's on a big whack with us as well. So if we could get some of that money off the wage bill to possibly get someone else in, I think that will do us the world of good.
That's the difficulty, isn't it? Because now we're going to talk about Jadon Sancho. Looks like he could be potentially off the PSG. Apparently, he likes the project at PSG. Of course, he does.
And I heard we could be enticing him with in a swap and a few quid for
Ugart.
Yeah. So it should be
nice
interesting. It'd be good. Like, in fairness, last week or the week before, when I heard him and Ten Hag had talks, it was positive. They've drawn a line under what happened last season. I was like, right, we'll see how we get on with him. And he played. I watched the United Rangers game on Saturday. He did all right. The first half was decent. We had most of our first team players playing the first half and went 1-0 up. Biora looked very good at the back and stuff like that. And then obviously at half time he makes 10 changes. Onana's the only kind of first team player that comes out and it's the reserves, and it wasn't a great second half, to be honest. But they got over the line, scored another goal. It was 2-0. And like I said, I was happy with Sancho, but now I'm hearing about the deal. It could be it could work out well for everyone when you look at it,
Yeah.
We're getting Ugart and Sancho go over there and play with PSG. I know, listen, Mbappe's gone to Madrid and there's a few other players gone out there, but it's still PSG. It's still an opportunity for him to win a trophy and play in the Champions League,
Yeah, definitely. And then, a change is as good as anything, and I think it'll work out. If that deal works out with Ugarte as well and Sancho, that's a double positive for United, you know what I mean?
And you look at Sancho, he is a confidence player. If he plays under the right manager that can, give him that confidence back that he's been missing since he signed with us, I think he'll do really, really well. Particularly in that league, we know it's not, the most exciting league at times and stuff like that, and people do slag it off, but you still have to go out and do it. And I think he will. I think he'll do a job for them 100%.
Yeah, you got Arsenal United 1 a.m. Saturday night.
1 a.m. and then we're playing you, I think, next Thursday at 3 a.m.
Yeah. How am I supposed to watch AEW Collision? This is on at 1 a.m. on Saturday night. This interferes with my wrestling schedule.
You're wrestling.
Donald Trump sitting beside Stan Kroenke at the United game. Yeah. Oh, God. Arsenal are playing Bournemouth on Thursday morning.
It's mad. The last few nights I've been coming home from work. I don't know what yous are like, lads. I'm looking at live scores to see what friendlies are on and all, I was contemplating putting on West Ham and Dagenham and Redbridge the other night at one stage.
Big up, JP. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Sancho will blossom away from England. That's a great shout.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
a great shout. I think not being in that spotlight of the the British media and all the other background to stuff and all. And
I
think
like I said, he likes to be loved by the manager that he's playing with, and obviously Ten Hag and him have had the chat. They've drawn a line, but there's obviously still going to be a bit of tension there and a bit of he doesn't really believe in me. So if he goes and plays under a manager that does believe in him, I think he will 100% improve.
JP back in again. Marseille will win League One. Really? What you thinking at the moment? They just lost Aubameyang to Saudi, didn't they? And they just signed
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
Yeah, what a signing.
That was an interesting one actually, because it was apparently he refused the contract that was on offer at Spurs. So they said, right, you're in your final year, you're out of here. That's how I like to see clubs move. If you're not happy, get out.
Too right. It's like us. See how quick we've been moving. You're just getting players in this season. The difference
and out
as well, yeah. But like the difference has been night and day. It's see, when you have a structure there at a football club, which we've been missing for a long time, you can see the difference it makes.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just absolutely. And some of the outgoings as well are going out in the right way with buyback clauses and sell-on clauses and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like Willie obviously went to Villarreal 10 million, but we have the buyback clause there and stuff like that. Which he had a good what was it, probably 4 or 5 games he came in at the end of last season, and obviously watch a good bit of him in MUTV with the 23s and stuff. He is a good defender, so we do have that option of being able to bring him back. It's just a matter of how much Villarreal will want from him. Depends how good he does, really, isn't it?
AEW for life, Morris. Don't be a hater.
Morris not an AEW fan, no?
They're few and far between. I think I'm the only one in Ireland.
I know Dazzler is, isn't he?
Don't think so. What did you make of the boy? Well, first of all, Van Nistelrooy going back. I thought it was. I'm not a United fan, but at the end there, where he was chatting to the boy Hugel about the goal he scored and about maybe 1 or 2 that he missed. It was nice to see Van Nistelrooy back in there, wasn't it? Kind of getting his feet underneath the desk, as they say.
Yeah, no, it was, and I had said it to you when I kind of first came to light that he was going to come back, was the work he's going to do with Highland. You know, how many goals have we seen now? Van Nistelrooy, I think he only scored 1 or 2 outside of the box. You know, he'd be showing Highland what positions to get in, and the 18-yard box in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box and stuff like that. Especially with Diallo and Garnacho on either side, and obviously you could have Rashford on the left or whatever as well. And it's just those little nuggets that he could get off that Van Nistelrooy that are priceless and stuff. And I think it was an excellent move, and the fans loved it. We always loved Van Nistelrooy. He went out, kind of, again, he's one of those. I think him and Sir Alex had a bit of a falling out, and he got the move to Madrid, and I think he went to Malaga or somewhere after that, wasn't it? But it's great to see him back, and it just, he knows what the club's about, and for him, it's just slide back in, and he's part of the new structure, which I'm getting really excited about. I don't know what the lads think in the chat, but I'm so excited. I can't wait for the 14th of August now for the Premier League to come back. You're just rare and you're chomping at the bit for it to come back, and you're getting excited when you see all these signings coming in, and even when the new jerseys release and stuff like that. So I'm really, really looking forward to it,
Do you like that new Arsenal jersey?
The black one. If the zebra things weren't on it on the side or whatever they are, I think it's it reminds me of that Ajax kit. Remember they brought out for Bob Marley?
Looks like a bottle of Lynx Africa, it does.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the lads compare it to that. Our away one's coming out on Thursday.
Great shout, JP. De Zerbi in there. That's a real good shout, actually. That could potentially lift them somewhat. I don't know whether it will lift them enough, though, to beat PSG to the league somehow. What we'd say. It depends what happens post Mbappe. I have a funny feeling PSG are going to bounce back stronger now with Mbappe not being around.
Do you reckon?
I think there was a big political game going on there in the background that created a distraction within the squad. So I don't know.
That can happen. You look when Kane left Spurs, and they had a good season last season starting off and stuff. Everyone thought it'd be all doom and gloom. What does Martha say?
Anthony and Sancho are just reincarnations of Martial.
Luke Chadwick.
Yeah, absolutely. Aces reckons FSG is broke. I wish I was as broke as FSG. Tell you that much.
Myself, I tell you.
Ian's in. AW is like having to watch your grandparents bang. You just don't want to see it. But if you look at some of the people in the crowd at AEW shows, they would 100% watch their grandparents bang. There's no doubt about it. I have it ordered. You have the black jersey ordered, do you, Morris? Good man, good man.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the video of watching grandparents.
Oh no, look, he dropped our secret. Don't be dropping our secret. Soccer 03.
Oh, well, I have to say, I got me 1999 home jersey with stamp number 6 on the back, which I plan on getting signed now in Ballyfermot on Saturday week and getting into a frame.
Hopefully. Need to talk about this. Let's get into this tonight now. This is kind of for me a bit weird, right? We got 2 more things to talk about. We're going to be talking a little bit about discrimination and racism, folks, for the next few minutes. And then we're going to be talking about goings on at Man City and get your thoughts on that as well. Twice Liverpool under 18s had to walk off of the tournament in Germany, alleged racist abuse towards players. Really, really poor. Really, really poor.
It's shocking.
Seems to have been a wave, or seems to be a wave at the moment of this all seems to be acceptable again or something. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. And moving on from that, we're going to talk about, so obviously we condemn that, and especially for young guys away playing.
Listen, because I do always say it, like, even at that age, what we're probably going to talk about now is, young lads look up to the older professionals, whether it be on and off the pitch, they idolise them and they go by them, and you see what's the behaviour of some of them, and then they think it's acceptable to do, and you'd be surprised how many people do that on the pitch on a Saturday and Sunday down the local park stand as well,
He says, I got a long sleeve, controversial, 4 jerseys, €66. How could you go wrong?
Can't go wrong. And come here, Morris, what's the fitting on them like? You know how some of them you have to order, like, if it's a large, you have to order
size up.
Just a size up, is it?
Yeah, they're my babies, by the way. I spread that word around this podcast, Soccer 03. I introduced the boys to that, yeah.
How long does it take for delivery and stuff like that?
2.5 weeks.
That's not a bad turnaround.
2.5 weeks, yeah, and it's they've some great stuff on there as well. They do a lot of throwback retro stick gear and all that.
No way, do they?
Yeah, and they do the tracksuits and they do the training gear and they do that. And the thing about it is, even if your club brings out a bad jersey, you don't need to feel bad about it. Because you ain't spending 130 quid on the player version or anything like that.
Oh, of course. When we were in Old Trafford going into the Megastore with the kids like last week, I was looking at the prices and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. What is going on? Remember years ago you spent €50 on, or £50 back in the day, and you'd have it for 2 seasons. And it was good quality.
That was ridiculous.
But it was really good quality. If you look at, the sponsor coming across and the actual weight of the jerseys and all, they're like paper thin now. The plastic now, and the name and number was in felt as well. Now it's all plastic. That will come off in the wash, even if it is, player version or not. It's ridiculous, man. Look, I've jerseys upstairs that I've had for years, and my dad's jerseys and stuff like that are still in great nick. And they used to have them for 2 seasons.
What do you reckon, Mark?
What was it?
I presume it's Ken Doherty going to get a breakthrough at Pool this year. Oh, sorry, no, I know. Sorry,
yeah, the young lad, yeah. Sorry, I thought I didn't know what you were saying there. That's your question. That's a Liverpool question. If I had been Snook, I would have answered it.
No, sorry, what was I talking? I was thinking of something totally else there. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get it. I don't think he'll get a breakthrough. I think he's the kind of guy they'll ease him in there. They'll be really, really careful with him. So I don't see him jumping in straight away, but definitely one for the future.
Ken Doherty was in Elm Park today playing golf, so there you go.
Yeah, down near Vincent's.
Yeah, he was down there today with his young lad, and I think Steve Davis was down there.
New jersey in the mail for me. Enzo 8 on the back. There you go.
Come on, Dino.
There you go.
I haven't seen Chelsea's new one yet, actually.
The blue one with the smoke going through it.
Is there?
Yeah. It looks like some fella put it up today. There's a bus company, a coach company, and their seat covers are practically exactly the same.
You serious?
Yeah.
I must check that out. I'm gonna.
Yeah, normally a medium, but get a large. Yeah, always one size up. Long sleeve too. Love.
Long sleeves coming back in, man.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at Chelsea's.
Soccer Shop on Georgia Street had every single football league in one.
Aces, I used to buy me goalkeeping gloves there. Your man was an absolute legend. If he didn't have it, you'd order it in for you and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, right. Let's talk about this. We'll take it in phases, okay? So first of all, Carlton Cole was talking this week, and he was talking about how we've also got to look at Messi in this situation. He says, you know what, Messi, come out. He says, we need to hear you. I need you to. You've got to speak up about this because this is more than Enzo. Messi is the main guy there. He's the captain. He needs to come out and say something about this behaviour. Been very silent, very quiet
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Now, we're hearing as well that, like, you know, obviously we seen the situation yesterday with River Plate. Enzo was back there, obviously, as a guest of honour, former
Yep,
player.
yep,
But obviously, after winning the World Cup and the Copa America, went back there, and massive amounts of racist chants going on in the crowd
yep.
while he was being featured and stuff like that, which was absolutely crazy. And then we hear that George Sapoli, former Argentinian coach, Dembele plays like an autistic. He starts the action and finishes it alone. He doesn't have the ability to make a teammate shine. He only knows how to shine himself. And Mbappe is a bit like that. It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
100%.
It's a bit.
100%.
This is a bit out there. I don't know what has triggered this war between of words between the French and the Argentinian in terms of football. And I think it would do no harm for FIFA to get involved in this very, very quickly and get both of these groups into a room and sort
Yeah.
this crap out real quick.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's getting out of hand. And then I hear that government officials and high ups in Argentina have come out in support of Enzo and stuff
That's
like that and all.
madness.
So this is just really, 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 really weird.
It's just
I just don't know what to make of it, to be honest. It's just
it's when I seen the video initially, I obviously heard bits and pieces about it, but then you see the video and you're like, there's no going back from that. It's still like, you know, Enzo has to go back to all his teammates at Chelsea, and it goes further afield as well and stuff like that. You know, players that be playing against him next season and stuff like that as well. And but when the Argentinian coach came out and said that, you know, a few of my mates have children that are autistic, and so it's not something to kind of, you know, say at a whim, and you know, it kind of cut off comment. Like it's very, very serious, and you know, people have fought for different things for autistic children in this country and stuff, and you know, you hear stuff like that, it's just an absolute joke, and it shows you the mentality of the man, and you know what kind of little brain power he actually has, you know. He might be focused on football and have a lot of brain power there, but in society in general, he doesn't know much.
yeah, and I think as well for someone like Messi, who's basically the leader there, you know, and stuff like that. I think if he comes out and talks, you know, people listen
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
others say. But for him to be a father as well and to have kids and all that kind of situation, you know what I mean? There
yeah.
should be some sort of reaction. And I know Ian's in the comments there. First of all, Jordan, welcome. Thanks for subscribing.
How you,
Jordan, if you
Jordan?
want, drop your link to your YouTube in the chat, Jordan, if you want, so people can subscribe to it. And I'll check it out later on after the show. Maybe we'll do some Liverpool stuff together or something like that. Good fun. Ian's in. He says the French ain't innocent either. In fairness, they are both being idiots. Absolutely. Listen, and I said this the other night, and this isn't an Enzo Fernandez thing either. This is much bigger than just Enzo Fernandez.
Mm,
You know what I mean? But he seems to be because he was at the forefront of it. He's the poster boy of it, basically.
yeah,
You know. So JP is in. 2018 World Cup was the start of it. Yeah, it's been simmering. We're at
mm.
2024 now. It's a long
I
time to
think
be simmering.
like Carlton said there, with Messi
Mm.
not coming out and saying anything, obviously his team are probably waiting for him to come out with this kind of pre-written statement if he does actually do it, you know.
But like, how can you come out? How can you come out and apologise to your teammates like Enzo, and then put out a statement apologising, and the club puts out a statement apologising, and like 3 days later, you're sitting in the middle of River Plate, and you're nearly conducting the orchestra. You
Exactly.
know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just
I've seen the video of it. I was just like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, absolutely crazy, crazy stuff. Stupid from Argentina though. What a silly comment calling someone autistic. Absolutely, it's just
100%, you know,
you know what I mean.
100%.
To be fair, Enzo has actually apologised. DePaul and McAllister have came out in support, as has Nico Jackson. Yeah, now McAllister wasn't on the coach. I don't know about the poll and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people are coming out. Like, there's a way to, like, you have to be careful in the way you support this as well. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of his teammates have been taken really aback by this, as was, you know, and it was just, I don't know whether it was just a stupid moment in time. You know what I mean? Like you're after winning the Copa America. You're a World Cup winner. You got a huge move to Chelsea. You're a
Yeah,
fantastic footballer. You have the world at your feet. Why go down that route? Why
exactly.
does that even come
Exactly.
into your mind? You know what I mean? You've just won the Copa America.
Yeah.
Why would you care?
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
They're on top of the world, and like, see how bad Brazil performed at it, and then Argentina go on and win it, and the confidence is sky high, and oh man,
Yeah,
just
Ian, I'm not saying he made them sing. You know what I mean? But let's be honest here. Would you be going out into that and be like? Would you put yourself in that position with the tidal wave of stuff you've created over the last 7 days? Would you really be putting yourself in that position? Would you not be keeping things a bit more low key? You know, so I don't know. For me, might get a or. At least he has shown remorse. Is my point. Others seem to think it's not a big deal, which I don't agree with. Absolutely. I mean, he came out and he apologized. I'm not saying he knew they were going to do it. You know what I mean? Either. You know what I mean? But listen, look at the situation that we're dealing with. This seems to be really prevalent in South America. You know what I mean? Really prevalent. So I don't know. It's a weird one. So there you go. I just wouldn't put myself in. I wouldn't put myself in that situation. You know, for it to potentially happen. Um, Early doors is in. Big up, Niall and Mark. How
oh,
are you,
yeah,
my
early
friend? Good to
doors.
see you. Good to see you.
Is that a West Ham crest I see early doors?
It is. It is indeed.
Forever blown bubbles.
That's
My
it.
mom's a West
Acers.
Ham fan.
There you go. There you go. Right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Man City. Lots going on there at the moment. Not a huge amount going on in the transfer window,
Hmm.
which is interesting, to say the least, especially with sort of some of the talk that's coming out there at the moment. Nothing has really come out of the 2 week arbitration yet. We haven't really heard anything
No,
about
no.
what's gone down or what's seen or what's happened. Or it's all kept very, very quiet. But Julian Alvarez looking to move on. I think the boy at the tail end of last season got a bit frustrated. I think
Hmm.
he was getting played out of position. They were
Yeah,
trying to accommodate him by putting him in a different position. Don't think he fancied that, and at times he looked really poor, to be honest, for
yeah,
a player of his quality. I think he's been brilliant when he's filled in for Haaland and being
yeah.
that key focal point guy
Yeah,
up front and stuff
excellent.
like that. But frustrated, looks like he wants to move on. A lot of talk as well about KDB and Edison heading to Saudi.
Seen that, yeah.
Edison is a big link, potentially could happen. Obviously, they have Ortega there, who was excellent towards the back end of the season
Hmm.
when Edison got injured. But KDB is being out, and we've seen his interviews talking about generational wealth and how much money he could earn in 2 years, the equivalent of 10 years or whatever it is, and all this kind of thing. Obviously, Bernardo Silva, for a number of seasons now, has been talking about getting out of town. Mateus Nunes hasn't worked out.
Hmm.
And they've signed the boy Savio as well. It's kind of an internal thing from Girona, who was part of their group.
Yeah.
But what
Well,
what what do you make of Man City at the moment? What's going on? Very quiet in the market.
yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of big names potentially leaving.
Yeah, it's I seen the KDB thing as well. I think I don't think there's much of chance of that happening as the other one there as well. Ederson, I say, would, like you said, probably go before him. The only positive is they have Calvin Phillips back off West Ham. Apparently he's been linked with Everton though, isn't he? Everton are interested in Calvin Phillips as far as I understand.
It's crazy.
From what I heard, I don't know why, but if you've seen him at West Ham on loan, as early doors football will probably tell you he wasn't great. But it's a strange one. Yeah, I understand Alvarez. I think he's a quality player when he's given that opportunity to play up front. Remember when Haaland was injured that time and stuff, he really shone. But then he's kind of been wedged into positions that, like, we've seen players do before. Like Rashford, if you put him on the right, he's not the same as on the left. He likes cutting in. He's comfortable. So I totally understand now. Question I'd have, Morris in the chat, would you take Alvarez at Arsenal? Yeah, to put him up top. Obviously, like I said before, Jesus has been linked with a move away.
I don't think Arsenal probably want to give Man City any more money, to be honest.
That's yeah.
That's the only thing I'd say.
Listen,
no, he's a quality player. There's no doubt about it. And like look at how good he has performed when he's been in there and stuff like that. And he's been a key player for them at times when Haaland has been out picking up injuries this season and stuff like that. So it's certainly an interesting one. But I think with him, I think it's more a frustration of that last maybe 8 weeks of the season or something like that, where they were crowbarring him into that position, and
exactly.
It's not his position, and it just made him look so ordinary and not a real good player. And I'm sure it frustrated him. You know, I spoke about it before, even at Liverpool. We can't keep on putting McAllister in the 6. We're just going to frustrate the hell out of him to walk out the door. Yeah. It's not where he wants to play. And I just think it's a difficult one, you know. But this Man City situation is so interesting because obviously, you know, the conspiracy theorists out there would say, well, are these guys preparing to get out of town because they know there's something potentially coming down the path?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
You know, we're going to have the case in November.
Yeah.
The case in November. Here's a question for you. Obviously, we've had this arbitration for the last 2 weeks, and literally no one knows what's happened. Bar those all close and involved. It's a closed door job.
Yeah.
Should the case in November, is there a case for that being public?
I think it should be. You know, like, I think not just fans, but I think players in general who play against Manchester City in the league should deserve to know what had gone on and you know how many rules. Well, we all know how many rules they broke, but and how they done it. I think it should be made public. If I'm being honest with you, it's like, you know, if you go into a court, you see journalists down the back of the court, whatever the case may be, from someone being run over, you know, or whatever, to someone being murdered. There's people there, journalists, you know, covering the event, and you can pick up the paper of the Sunday World, and you see all this, you know. So I honestly do think it should be. I think there should be it all should be named and shamed. And like I said this a few weeks ago, that some of the players are possibly looking at that, and that's why I said Pep gave that interview at the end of last season, saying he's probably closer to the door than he is signing a new contract. So he knows what's going to be coming on further down the line, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Dino.
How are you, Dino?
Better get you on, Dino. Get you back on. We do another Shankly session to get it going before the next week or so. Get you on again. Let's get it pumping. FSG out. Get these toe rags away from my club. Sad to see so many Sims clinging onto their coattails. Dark days ahead for Liverpool. Interesting. And I think there was an update today saying that there will be, I think, was it Romano or was it James Pearce, that there will be no signings in July. That's the talk. There will be no. Well, the talk was there'll be no signings this month. So I presume they were talking July and not August. So I think the talk at the moment is they want to give Slot the opportunity to go through the squad and make his recommendations, and then obviously they're talking to players and stuff like that. There's heavy links out there now, but let's see how that goes. And obviously the biggest problem for Liverpool at the moment is talk of Trent being linked to Real, talk of, you know, Mo Salah, what's the story there? Virgil van Dijk, all this kind of stuff going on.
I've seen you linked with a Japanese player as well, cause what's his name?
Kubo.
Yeah.
Looks a very, very good player. Talk is that he would be the guy to take over from Mo Salah. Now I don't know what that means. Is that like, you know, is something happening with Mo Salah? What's going on? I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff up in the air at the moment. It's you know, obviously it was going to be very difficult coming in on the back of Jurgen Klopp leaving. I think it's been difficult. I think the expectation was huge when Edwards and Hughes came in as well, that we would just ball out this transfer window and we'd be signing players, and you know, Edwards would be bringing in Maldini for 5 million the way he used to, and all this kind of thing. And I just think we're very, very quiet at the moment. But I often find when we're very quiet in the window is when we're doing a lot of our work, and we don't tend to shake our bum out there in the market too early when we're talking about players and stuff like that. We're literally linked with everyone. And I think I did a podcast last week and I was talking about it with Darren. It's very, very jarring at the moment in the transfer window because social media is ratcheting up the anxiety in the fan base because they're just posting links all the time, linked with this player, linked with that player. In a given day, you'd swear we're signing 12 players. There's that many links. And
Oh,
links, I seen there, was it on Friday? I seen links. We were linked to 5 different players, all for the same position.
I used to love picking up the paper where you'd only see 1 or 2 names that have been printed, like, because before social media, and then obviously you wait to see them holding the scarf up and all. But now with social media and all these fake accounts and stuff like that, it's gone ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, I've actually, what I've started doing now is for the Thursday show and also for this one, I've actually started only talking about transfers that aren't hearsay.
Yeah,
Actual
exactly.
transfers that could potentially happen where you're targeting a player and that player fits what you're looking for. Or potentially you could do a deal like the Sancho and Gareth Day one. Could potentially happen between both clubs. I'm not going to talk about any more nonsense anymore, you know what I mean? Because it's just jarring, like, at this stage.
I see Sammy Smolix has been linked with a move to Ipswich. It looks like it could be going ahead.
Interesting.
That'd be good for them. Sorry, no, just seeing it there. Shay Adams gone to Torino.
Early doors in as well. Now they're saying there's no truth in the KDB rumor. Go figure. The guy did an interview talking about the money. That's nonsense. He has spoke to people. Let's not get that twisted. Let us know early doors as well. 20 million for N'Golo Kante. Interesting. Now that's one we could talk about. Interesting and could happen. Let me know what you think.
The
N'Golo
player to
Kante
get back
to
on me.
West Ham. Big up Jordan. Hey guys. Early doors. Hey Jordan. Savio came from Troy Ace. Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Loads of Liverpool fans in the chat tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Gone the pill.
City wants SA transfer. Yeah. Hey, Tony. Mark wouldn't surprise me. Phillips ends up at Leeds.
He could early doors. He could do it going back there. Like he played his best football there. He looked comfortable. He was revered and loved. Obviously not when he moved, but you always feel like he could do with a move going back there to get his confidence back and the football, because he was the kind of big fish in the small pond, and then he was the small fish in the big pond, and he's after getting absolutely knocked confidence wise, and the move to West Ham hasn't helped that at all, because he's been brutal given the opportunity he's been given.
Morris, no more City leftovers.
Morris, but he's a good one. He's a good one.
Early doors is in. Yeah, Calvin was brilliant at West Ham. The Burger Van profits were up. I know that.
I tell you, he has put on a good bit of timber, hasn't he? Not that I can talk, but you know yourself.
He was the biggest problem, wasn't he? He was the guy that England never replaced. Just saying. Just saying.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Alvarez is Chelsea bound. I could see that.
Yeah, that's a good shout, Acers.
That.
That's one of your better ones, Acers.
I'd say Ian would be happy with that one as well.
That's not Acers fishing. Fair play.
Yeah. God, I look at Alvarez as well, and I say I'm not going to bin him up that much and all, but he plays a bit like Havertz as well, doesn't he? No, sorry, not Havertz.
No, but
Hazard.
Hazard. Yeah, no,
Hazard.
Listen, he's a good player. Just think, obviously Haaland been there. He's not going to get much of a look in. Haaland doesn't get injured too much. I know he was last season, but he's probably looking at going, he'll throw me in the cup games, like I was saying, similar to what we would do with Anthony next season if he stays, and you're looking at Carabao Cup and FA Cup and last 10-15 minutes of a Premier League game here and there,
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you're checking out Henry's channel, folks. I did a show there on Friday where we spoke about the great Bill Shankly. It was an interesting show. We went way back. We were talking about mining and building furniture and all sorts of stuff. Jordan, looking forward to your stream tomorrow, mate. Absolutely.
Did you told the lads about your mining career? Yeah? Happy days.
That's it. Early doors in. The 115 will be watered down by the time it goes to court, if it goes to court. Yeah, I think so. Even all, pick up Rico. How are you? Good to see you, man. Rico 65. Good to see you.
Up the toffees. Up the toffees.
That's it. Hope you're all good. Let us know what you think of the news. Let us know what you think of the news. The takeover falling through. Big up Jack. Evening. Going through this way. Tony. Where am I going? I'm good. Big love in here tonight, isn't there?
That's it.
Kubo's quality. He is in. He is. Looks the part all right. It's all hype on social media. Can I come on, guys, on the panel? Of course you can. Absolutely. I'll get you a link.
The what was the one for that?
We have a few more minutes left, so Jordan, if you want to come on, that's the link going through there. It's in the chat. If you want to come on, Daz, what's the crack? Big
Oh
up
yeah,
Daz. How are
Daz.
you?
What's the story,
Oh,
Daz?
good. Yeah, absolutely. The link is in there. So if you want to come on, let me know when you're down the bomb there. Bring you in. That'd be great for Ireland too. Go on, Sammy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's great to get
Early
this
doors.
thing.
First bid for Kante turned down. Now there's talk of a second bid, but 33 million. Same age as Kante. That's mad if we do. Good player, but not for that price. Listen, he was the standout French player, wasn't he, at the Euros? Remember when we spoke about, I believe Liverpool have been relinked again as well with Ruben Neves as well. And he's been talking about potentially coming back to the Premier League as well.
He should. He's wasted over there in Saudi, like.
Yeah, but it is an interesting one, isn't it? Because we expect a lot of those players to go over there and it's like kind of a retirement situation, like the MLS kind of thing. But they seem to have come into the tournament and looked extremely fit and stuff. So
Because
interesting.
they're not playing, week in, week out to the level of the other lads, so they're gonna look fresher. You're not playing, 90 miles an hour football like the lads are, week in, week out, and you're not playing Champions League football against the best in Europe. So that's a
Yeah.
major advantage for them going into an international scene.
Yeah. I don't think wages is the issue, Acers, because we know that Kante is quite a humble and down to earth guy. I think they've already had a conversation on the wages, and the wages looks like it could be okay. That's why they submitted the bid. They wouldn't be submitting the bid if they thought the wages were going to be 500 grand a week or something like that. I think West Ham at the moment turn over about 280 million a year. So
Jesus.
to have a player on 20, 30 million in wage out of that just wouldn't happen. So where did I just take this out?
Inketia.
Big up, Jordan. How are you, my friend?
How are you,
What's
Jordan?
happening?
I'm good, man.
Welcome to the show. How are you keeping?
I'm keeping good. I'm keeping good, guys. Indeed.
Where
This is my
are
first.
you jumping on from? Where's home?
I'm from Jamaica. I do YouTube like you guys. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'm on.
Man. So do you know our new Irish manager, the former Jamaican manager?
Oh, you're talking Oli Gunnar Solskjaer. Oh my days, not him. I don't need.
No. We just recently hired the dentist.
Yeah, if we get him, the whole Manchester United fans will be out in their Manchester United colors. So I don't want to see it.
Oh, he's talking about Ali Gunnar going to
Oh,
Jamaica.
for
Is he?
Jamaica, for the manager job. Yeah.
You just gave us your manager, Jordan.
Yes, yes, we got slot. So yes, indeed. So
Arnie Slot, yeah. Are you happy with that, Jordan?
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Just
Good man.
just what I need is get players in my club, make signings, and I'll be good.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling going into the new season? We've been quiet on the transfer, haven't we?
I'm looking forward to see what he will do. So I'm looking to see what will happen indeed. I'm really want to see improvements now. So yeah, indeed. Earlier guy talking about Mark Alexis. So yeah, yes, and also we make our first proposal to Edison from Atalanta, and my fellow Liverpool brother Jack. You'll never walk alone. 66 told me about Cook. So yeah, well, I'm looking to see we make some signings.
Interesting.
And has Jack told you about Tranmere? Do you know about Tranmere in Jamaica?
I don't really see him often. So yeah, no, I don't really see him often. So
you're probably better off. No offense, Jack.
Yeah. Acers, Kante would need to take a pay cut to avoid paying taxes, etc. But the Saudi league work differently. Any sale apparently goes to the Saudi ministry, not the club. Yeah, sure, it's all one big boys club anyway, isn't it?
It's all put back into the pot, isn't it? But I'd love to see him back in the Premier League. I think
absolutely
he still has a good few seasons in him. You get 2-3 good seasons out of him at a top level, and you look at the players that you be playing around, the likes of Jared Ballon and stuff like that. I think it'd be an excellent combination, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'd like to see him as well. Yeah, at West Ham, it could be very exciting actually, and he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal in the Euros. The women's fixtures are out. We start against Leicester, 22nd of September, Liverpool.
Well,
Ain't no
United have
saying.
had an exodus of players. The likes of Earps and a few other girls have left the building, so it could be interesting next season for us.
Ian's in again. Love listening to Mark and these shows. Top lad and proper geezer.
Cheers, appreciate that, man. We'll have to get you on next week or the week after or something, man.
Absolutely. Jordan, did you drop your links into the chat? Did you drop your channel link into the chat?
Well, I need a mod. If you guys will give me a mod, I will do so.
Hang on 1 second there. Now, why don't I just see, can I get that sorted?
Because I have to big up Jack. He makes me a nice Liverpool intro, and also he make me a thumbnail as well. So big up to him.
Fair play, Jack.
Mm.
1 second. It's not allowing me to do it from here.
I hope I'm not the only one that is here in Jamaica. We have a bobsleigh team in my head now, and anytime Jordan's there.
There we go. I will fix that for you, Jordan. If you want to send me the link, I will put the link in there for you.
Yeah, yes, guys. Close to my first monetization, so yeah.
There we go. Early doors is in. Jordan using blackmail tactics for mod status. There you go, Jordan.
Go on, early doors.
Jackson, nah, Tranmere are well sick. There you go.
They are now. They're a good club, Jack. I was only joking, sure. Obviously, I'm a big, massive fan of the Championship, League One, League Two, and also Tranmere are up there, man.
Why can't I do that now for some reason?
And don't forget, Harry Maguire, one of his greatest ever goals in the United jersey, was scored at Tranmere as well. So,
just 1 second now. I'm gonna see, can I do it from this end? Just 1 second now. You just keep on chatting away there.
So, Jordan, will you be watching the pre-season friendlies coming up and stuff like that over there? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I will. I'm gonna be watching the game between us and Arsenal in pre-season.
Class one. So yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
there's not
Yeah.
much of a time difference for you. Over here, they're very early in the morning. And we're playing Arsenal at 1 a.m. on Sunday, so I don't know if I'd be still awake for that. But and then at Liverpool, I think we're playing News on the Thursday. I think it's 3 a.m. So I definitely won't be awake for that one. I stayed up and watched the United Arsenal game last year. I don't know if Morris remembers it. We ended up winning. I think it was 3-1 or something like that. But it was actually a very good game.
Some really good games coming up in the US over the next couple of weeks, isn't
it? Yeah.
Who are Wrexham? Having Wrexham? Are you playing Wrexham? Or who's playing Wrexham?
No, we played Wrexham last year. Who are they playing this year?
They're back over there again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, no, we've seen who they were playing. I can't remember. Well, they're not getting their league game. Did you see them? And someone else wanted the league game played in America next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ridiculous one.
Yeah. There you go, folks. Jordan's going to put his channel in there, so make sure you're liking and subscribing to Jordan's channel. Of course, show him all the love. Yeah, Mars saying I subscribe, but I want to know what the hash is like in Jamaica. Jordan, what's the hash like in Jamaica, brother?
Jamaica is oh my days.
That's all I was. Jack said, Bournemouth just played them.
From others, man.
Morris, what's the hash browns like in Kilkenny?
Yeah, that's it. The good breakfast roll. He might be doing that now. He's now mayor.
Mayor Morris.
Mayor,
we have to get
councillor.
some T-shirt done up or something with Mayor Morris on it.
That's it. Absolutely, yeah. We didn't get invited down to the celebrations, even with all the plugging that we did.
Jesus, yeah.
Did you notice that? We were plugging them like hell and we didn't get invited down.
You kept that one quiet, Morris, now, I have to say.
Yeah, we're going to Ipswich, and I hope there any Ipswich fans available. Yeah, we can do a preview with one of them.
Yeah, Jesus. Be hard getting a few Ipswich fans. You'd have to get hardcore ones, you know.
I went to school with Ipswich fans, but that was in the 80s.
80s, yeah.
80s, yeah. I'm an 80s school guy, so I went to school with Ipswich fans in the 80s. I also went to school with Luton Town fans in the 80s.
Luton Buller, yeah, one of the lads I knew was a Luton fan.
Yeah, who was it? Luton, Wolves, Ipswich, and actually Tranmere. It was a Tranmere.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go, Jack. It
Well,
was a Tranmere fan in the class back in the 80s.
Dennis Irwin's a big Wolves fan. And Daz, yeah, no, I was seeing that. I'd seen, the rest of the lads are obviously in America, so they'll be sending a mix of the kind of 18s, 19s, and some of the 23s that haven't travelled to there. So, yeah, it's a good experience for them, you know.
Look at this guy. This guy's burning it up at the moment, Morris. Still in the shop, counselling, podcasting, and DJing. No celebration party yet. There
Jeez,
you
fair
go.
play, man.
There you go. I did see the video when they confirmed his count and they confirmed him as getting voted in.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said something else. You said count, was it?
No, count. Yeah. Count.
You can't.
Yeah, not sure. One Love is in. Anyone in here knows which coach from England going to be Jamaican football team coach?
One Love. It's gonna be. I don't know, man. Yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
The man in.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that.
There you go. How
Yeah.
Jack? Or Jordan? How will the Jamaican fans feel about that in general? Is there a lot of Man United fans in Jamaica?
Yes, they are Jamaican fans, and also they're also loyal to Manchester United. So if they hear about this, the United fans will be out in their colors. But I will not be I'm supporting the team from Merseyside, so yeah, I'm not
Fair
really
play.
wearing the Red Devils kit.
Oh, fair play, Jordan. Oh, fair play. You wear the jersey with pride. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
There you
Yeah,
go, Jordan. Ian is in support, and he says even if Ollie gets voted in, he says, "Say don't worry about a thing because every little thing's gonna be all right." There you go. There you go. There you go. Morris, who's your big guest coming up? Morris, who's coming up soon? Let us know who's coming up. He's had a few on recently, actually. Had a few on recently. There was a good one there the other day. Morris, who was the one the other day? Head of security or something in WWE or something like that. There you go.
We have head of security from Stevens Green Shopping Centre coming on soon, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Where am I now?
So we'll have to send Jordan to a Bowls match with their links to a certain Bob Marley.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Well, it's been fun. As always. Our Monday shows are always fun. Jordan, appreciate you jumping on, man. Really appreciate it.
yeah,
Hope your channel is going well. Hope our Liverpool does really well this season. I hope we ball out under slot. We will be doing shows. We'll be back on the Shankly sessions. Myself and Dino and all putting that out there. Those Liverpool content. So Jordan,
Is it not a Shankly session tonight? No, felt like it.
Jordan came in and infiltrated the Monday show and made it a Liverpool show. So it's all good. I'm very happy with that.
watch us tomorrow. Yeah, me and Jack will be doing transfers together tomorrow.
Awesome.
We're
Awesome. I
gonna
like the sound of that. That sounds good.
talk about
Uh,
football and yes, the Spaniard as well. Yeah, and also email. So yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Question from Jack there, Jordan. Do you like WWE? Do you like professional wrestling?
Yeah, man, indeed. Big up to Randy, indeed. Big up to Randy Orton. But yes, indeed, I
Nice.
do.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah.
And
But
of
yeah.
course, Kofi Kingston, he's from Jamaica, isn't he?
Yeah, man. He's also a
Kofi.
legend.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Daz wants to know any news, Mark, on the England manager. Who are you thinking?
Obviously, Euro mate Klopp has been linked heavily with it, hasn't he? Over last while, Eddie Howe would be a good shout. Obviously, the obvious one for me, he's not managing at the minute, is Potter, but it'd be interesting to see. You know, they could go left field, but they get Lee Carsey in and do the same thing they did with Gareth Southgate. I doubt it, but it's something that the FA could do possibly. But for me, if you're looking for an English manager, it's between Howe and Potter for me.
Yeah, and Ian, I think Ian has a Lizzie gig coming up actually.
Deadly.
Ian, have you got a gig coming up? Aren't you doing a support for Def Leppard tribute band in what's the name of the place again? Just over the Halfpenny Bridge. What's it called?
Grand Social.
Yeah, I think that's where the gig is.
Is it upstairs? The room upstairs is very good. Been to a few gigs up there.
Yeah, so I think it's a Def Leppard tribute band, and Ian's band is doing support, so pretty good. Morris, I had next WWE head of security spilling a few beans, working on them. Nice. Early doors, good show, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers, early doors.
Jordan, they're saying Morris is saying you still haven't raided the hash.
Yeah, big up Tony, man. Big up Tony, man. West Ham fan.
Yeah. Always good to show support to other channel creators. Absolutely. Always.
Yes, Jack. I support Germany too, man. I support Germany. Yeah. We got beat, yeah. We got beat by Spain, though. Yeah. Spain kicked us out. Well, okay, fair. Well done.
Yeah. At that, if you believe the hype, the FA are looking at an interim manager until Pep is available. Pep as England manager.
Oh my dear.
As far as I know, Daz, he's on. We're going to be on, by the way, folks. Pro Wrestling Weekly this Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We'll have a look back at Slammiversary. Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, became TNA champion. Lots of talk about that and plenty of other stuff in the making as well. We're going to be talking about Trumpamania running wild as well.
Did you see his picture with the other day? The one that's, the blondie one that does the, you know what?
Which? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
30 grand for an appearance now she's charging. Lads, we're in the wrong business.
About the picture that's in the chat. Big up to Jack. He made the profile.
Yeah.
Friday week. Is that that's the 2nd of August,
It's on the main stage, you say.
Upstairs, isn't it? Yeah.
I wouldn't have a clue what the main stage is. I'm not too sure.
No, Grand Social. If you're going to that, cause let us know. I'll pop in after work. I finish work at 7.
Stephen Kenny would be great for England. Imagine Carsley's first match at the Aviva.
You guys can come over and watch the stream tomorrow. We're doing.
Is that doing the stream tomorrow? The lads in the chat will tune in as well.
Fabrizio to announce us.
There you go. Right, folks. Well, that's it for another upper tier. So if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button and drop a like on the video. Pleasure, Jordan, having you on first time. Thanks for jumping on. Always good to share the screen with other content creators.
Yeah, the guys can come over tomorrow.
That's it, absolutely. We'll keep an eye out for that show and give you all that love and support that you need on it and stuff like that. And make sure, folks, as well, before you go, you're liking the video on the way out, you're subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification button, and make sure you're doing it as well for all the channels in the chat as well, please. Anyone in there creating content, help them out and grow their channels as well. Marky, let us know the story before we go. Our sponsors for the Monday night show.
Yeah, I had the trophies in Shankill Sunday yesterday. I'm losing track of the days, lads. We're down in Letterkenny with the United Legends on Friday and Saturday. There's a golf classic on Friday. The match has been played on the Saturday. Yap Stam and Carl Boborski, Brian McClare, Frank Staple will be there. And then we will be in Ballyfermot on Saturday week, the 3rd of August. So I'm really looking forward to that game, and hopefully be able to tell you more about it next week. But again, Yap Stam and all. Cheers, early doors. Yap Stam be there. Like I said, I'm after ordering in my jersey. I'm gonna get a sign by him. Frank Staple and I'll be there as well. So really looking forward to that. Some really good events coming up. I have a few things planned for November as well and stuff, and into next year as well. There's a few things in the making as well. So really looking forward to it all, man. And like I said, I'll be sending you pictures, and I'm hoping to get yourself down there to the Ballier game and get a few snippets and a few chats with the lads and stuff like that.
We get some shout outs and all the other good stuff that we do as well. And we might have in the next week or two, we might have a special guest on as well. So
I'm working on that as well. So that's good.
So we will let you know once that happens as well. So folks, keep safe. I'll catch you Wednesday for Pro Wrestling Weekly, and I'll be back on your screens on Thursday with Dazzler as well. hectic week this week. Everyone is away, so I'm here on my own with Ben, so I'm trying to juggle everything around, but it'll be all good. We'll figure it out as we go along. So until next time, from me and Mark, take care of yourself, have a good week, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Cheers, lads. Cheers, cuz.